Because what?
Inventory account.
It's an inventory account, which means what with regard to when we're doing these problems?
Got me there.
David, do you know that? What is it? He said direct materials is different than the others because it's an inventory account. And I asked him then, so mechanically when you're doing these problems, what does that do? Why is that important?
Purchase versus used.
Yeah, that's really close. Yes, because the quantity purchased can be different than the quantity used. Therefore, sometimes you cannot calculate a grand total variance. When can you calculate a grand total variance, Nick? When can you calculate a grand total variance? When what matches? Yes, when the quantity used is the same as the quantity purchased, you can calculate a grand total variance. Very good. Now, is that better? So let's talk direct materials. Pamela, what's the name of the variance on the left? Price variance. Jackie, what's the name of the variance on the right? Quantity or usage variance. The price variance, what quantity do we use for that? When we're calculating the price variance, what quantity do we use for that? Adam? Quantity purchased, quantity used? Price variance. Quantity purchased or quantity used? Quantity purchased. Quantity variance. Quantity purchased or quantity used, Erica? Quantity used. Because I noticed I actually had to think about the name because the way to think about it, it's also known as, it's the quantity variance, also known as the usage variance. So the usage variance uses the quantity used. Got that? Yeah. The usage variance uses the quantity used. Surely you can remember that. Right, Shar?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are the letters underneath?
Actual quantity times actual cost, actual quantity times standard cost, and standard quantity times standard cost.
So what does SC stand for?
Standard cost.
Standard cost. Tony, can you do it without looking? Shar had to not only look, but ask neighbors what some of those letters meant. Very good. Mr. Waller, how about you?
Actual quantity times actual cost, actual quantity times standard cost, and standard quantity times standard cost.
Mr. Eisenbach?
Actual quantity times actual cost, actual quantity times standard cost, standard quantity times standard cost.
Very good. Shar, can you do it without looking? You've now heard, have you been listening?
Yeah. Actual quantity times.
No, she cannot. But you need to be able to by the test. And maybe I'll ask you later. Okay, so practice. Which one of them's weird? Actual quantity, actual cost, actual quantity, standard cost, standard quantity, standard cost. Christy, which one of them's weird? No, they're not all. They're not all equally weird, though.
Standard quantity?
Are you just kind of believing her?
Yeah.
Do you think you really should do that? Gesundheit.
I want to move.
All together now. What is standard quantity? The standard allowed for actual output. Mr. Blood.
Units.
Yeah, I forgot that, didn't I? I'll do that next time. I was distracted by the fact that Mr. Blood was not helping us.
I was counting you for telepathy, and I was a second or two late. I'm sorry.
All together now, what is standard quantity? The standard allowed for actual output in units. All together now, what is standard quantity? The standard allowed for actual output in units. Ooh, that's kind of fun. TJ, what?
that be the final?
Can that be the final? It could be on the, in fact, I'm pretty sure it's on the final. But it's probably just a small part of a bigger problem.
You should put it like, you should give us a good, easy question.
Sometimes you all screw up the easy ones though, right? Hey, you know, what's this formula? What's this formula? And then, you know, what's the break-even formula? And then people mess it up. Direct labor. Laura, what is the variance on the left? Rate. Stephanie on the right. Efficiency. Quantity for the direct labor variances is normally in what? Expressed as what, Michael? Direct labor hours. For direct materials, it can be a whole host of things, and you just got to follow the directions. And make sure that quantity, you know, that the cost is for the quantity. So it should be cost per pounds, if that's what your quantity is, pounds. Make sure those match. Okay, those got to match. Variable overhead, Victoria. What's the name of the variance on the left? Spending, Matthew on the right. Efficiency. TJ, fixed overhead. What's the name of the variance on the left? Spending. What's the name of the variance on the right? Catherine. Volume. Okay. Angie, what are the words that go underneath the love seat cushions for fixed overhead?
Actual, budgeted, and standard, or applied.
Actual, budgeted, applied. What are the letters that go under budgeted, Brett? BQ and SC. Heidi, what are the letters that go under applied? SQ and SC. And so that SC is the same old standard allowed for actual output. What's the difference between BQ and SQ? Aubrey? Yes, we are. I go a lot faster on review days. I mean, I might get to talk to all of you 3 times today. What? Scott? Same question I asked Aubrey. Were you paying attention? No. It was just Dr. Fessler talking. Why pay attention to him? It was just Dr. Fessler talking. Why pay attention to him?
No, I was actually looking at my notes so I could get everything down.
Okay. So the question I asked Aubrey was, what's the difference between BQ and SQ when we're doing fixed overhead variances? Anybody know? Anybody have an idea?
SQ is BQ divided by expected production.
You said what, Alex? BQ is?
SQ is BQ divided by expected production.
BQ is SQ, no it is not.
SQ equals BQ divided by expected production. That's what I have in my notes. That's what you told us.
I've got, what do you have written down? I don't see it.
BQ divided by expected production is SQ.
BQ divided by, I guess that would work. Okay.
Is that wrong?
In this problem though, BQ, no, actually BQ, total BQ divided by quantity per unit equals, because you're calculating the 4, right? That's what your notes are trying to help you calculate, is that 4. So that's total budgeted quantity divided by quantity per